أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. We give shukr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for gathering us here today to celebrate the wedding of Tauriq Latif and Zakiyyah Hussain. I believe the bride and groom are close by, so they will be starting the entrance to the hall in the next few minutes. I believe they're just sort of gathering their thoughts and fine-tuning their beautiful, beautiful attire. So we'll just give them a moment to do the entrance and proceed with the formal program thereafter. Thank you. In case anyone is wondering, this is the mandatory moment that the bride enforces on everyone that's been invited, just to build that little bit of anticipation. They're already all looking beautiful, but we have to wait. Mubarak, very well done. I again greet you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to one and all. I'd like to welcome everyone on behalf of the Latif and Hussein families to the wedding reception of our groom and bride, Tauriq and Zakiyyah. I feel like they deserve another warm round of applause. They look so radiant, elegant, and so beautifully attired. I think this is probably one of the best walks down the aisle that I've ever seen. So well coordinated, well thought out, well planned. I'm reminded of my own walk down the aisle. It was a little bit more of a jog, but more or less the same. I tend to forget to introduce myself whenever I'm a MC at a function because, I see so many familiar faces around the tables, and then I tend to forget at least half of the people in the hall don't know me at all. So I am Hassan Esop. I am Togida's younger brother. I'm Zakiyyah's mamu, and I'm also now Tauriq's Liam Nielsen. I have a particular set of skills. A few small matters before we continue. We will try to follow COVID protocols as far as possible, so please try to refrain from hugging the bride and groom too much. We have obviously sanitizers and other COVID PPE available. Please accept our apologies for not inviting more family and friends. Obviously, the wedding planning was done during certain COVID regulations, which obviously limited our numbers. Our bathrooms are at the back. We will also break for Dhuhr Salah in a few moments. For the men, the Salah facilities are on my left-hand side of the wall, up the stairs. For the ladies, facilities will be made available in the foyer at the back. So although we are celebrating this happy and blessed occasion, we carry a lot of sadness with us at this point in time as well. There are a lot of family members and friends who are not with us here to share in this happy moment, who have passed on. Specifically, I'm thinking of Tauriq's Chicha, Nazim Latif, who passed away only a few days ago. Many others are struggling with illness or other problems. And even though we are here on this happy occasion, we keep them in our du'as and ask that Allah grant them shifa if they are sick, and to relieve them of their problems, and to grant all our marhum a high place in Jannatul Firdaus. We also remember the late Anwar Hussein, Zakiyyah's father, a person who had a great impact on our lives. He had such an impact on our lives that, especially on days like today, more so on today when his beloved daughter is getting married, a person whose impact was widely felt. We can still see his smile, we can still hear his laughter, we can still be the butt of his pranks even though he's not here, and we miss his presence. We make dua that Allah grant him a high place in Jannatul Firdaus. As such, we would like to call upon Maulana Luqman Kaji to make an opening dua for us, inshallah.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. فاتحة. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم سيدنا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم، وتب علينا واغفر لنا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم اغفر لجميع موتى المسلمين الذين شهدوا لك بالوحدانية ولنبيك بالرسالة وماتوا على ذلك برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وأسكنهم في الجنة، وتجاوز عن سيئاتهم واحشرهم مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وأصحابه وبارك وسلم. اللهم اجعل جمعنا هذا جمعا مرحوما وتفرقنا من بعده تفرقا معصوما، ولا تجعل فينا ولا منا ولا معنا شقيا ولا محروما برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. دعواهم فيها سبحانك اللهم وتحيتهم فيها سلام، وآخر دعواهم أن الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Shukran for the heartfelt dua, Maulana. May Allah's blessings be with you and your family always. Ameen. We are going to take a short break for Dhuhr Salah, and then we will commence with the program. Like I mentioned, the facilities for the men are upstairs on the left-hand side of the wall, and for the ladies, facilities will be made available in the foyer. Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum once more. We'll commence with the rest of our program. I just have to say that new love is so, so sweet. So you all noticed Zakiyyah was still on the stage and we're waiting on Tauriq, and she told me, Mamu, what did you do to Tauriq? I didn't do anything. Not yet. Our next speaker requires little introduction. He is one of South Africa's most well-known and senior ulama, a family friend of many, many decades, and someone we make dua who will complete his 50th Hajj this year, inshallah. It's Imam Yusuf Pandi with a short nasiha, inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ما شاء الله. All praise and thanks is due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the cherisher, the sustainer, the creator of the universe. Send his salutation on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, his family, his companions, and every of his ummah until the day of Qiyamah. Amma ba'd. We always say, Mr. MC, sorry to miss him out, Mr. MC, and our Maulana, who is sitting there opposite, and every brothers and sisters in Islam, that firstly we praise and thank Allah for everything that Allah has given us. The opportunity that here today we are present, and even to see our lovely couple at the back of me, and that is Tauriq and Zakiyyah. You know, I was sitting there and I thought, where is the bridegroom? Did he run away? Now, unfortunately, I was waiting for him until he has now arrived. You know, the important is in marriage life, it is that once a couple meets one another and they ask the hand in marriage, the first thing is, who is your parents from both sides? Let them know that this is parents of the girl side or of the boy side. And then once they know, they will send a message and say, I want to go see your parents. The boy will come with his parents and ask the hand in marriage. And at least now, both parents comes together, meet one another, and this starts where it is taking time, that after that, engagement, and then after that, nikah. You know, this morning, 8 o'clock, I had to be in Bell South for a nikah. I had to get up very early. After Fajr, I said, get ready, we have to go, because I do not want to be late. And here, outside, I saw this young man. Who is this man? I didn't know. It was Tauriq. And I met the father also. Alhamdulillah, and now I know. Now we will go ahead. And once we had a little short nasiha at the masjid, and after that, we read the khutbah, and after the khutbah, I said to Tauriq, زوجتك وأنكحتك مخطوبتك. His bride by the name of Zakiyyah. And afterwards, I didn't take his hand. I said, you say it. And he said to me, Qabiltu nikahaha linafsi bidhalik. He said, I accept her marriage on my own. And I am responsible for Zakiyyah. Now, once you're responsible for your wife, then you have to do the best for your wife. And I saw him working under the steps here now and helping Zakiyyah to come and sit, right? And I thought to myself, I hope this will always happen. Not only coming to the stage, but at all times, you open the door for your wife. Because afterwards you say, no, what's not necessary, you open your own door. That's all, things happens, right? So if you love your wife and you love your husband, you will do the best, inshallah. But just remember, there is 4 things in life. And I believe in that 4 P's. The first one is partners. That partners must understand one another. They must love one another, care for one another, share with one another, and do everything with one another. That is partners. And the second is pray. Don't forget your Allah. Salah 5 times per day. They say always, those who pray together stays together. That is the word, stay together. And inshallah, we always make dua for the young couples. When they get married, try not to forget your salah. And the third P, it is parents. Never forget your parents. From husband's side, from wife's side, don't forget them. Be at all times by them. If you cannot see them, you phone them. How are their situation? Because you don't know how is your father, how is your mother. And the other side also, okay, that we know from Zakiyyah, she hasn't got a father, but she has gained a father. Same of the bride, he has gained also. So this is where it comes to the 3. Respect them, honor them, and I always tell our people, don't say, this is my brother-in-law or my sister-in-law. That you forget about in-laws. Later becomes outlaws. So just remember, always that is my daughter. I have gained another daughter. I have gained another son. So that is where it comes to. And the last one is patience. Sabr. Because they always say, sabr to your qabr. Now, our patience is sometimes we don't have patience. But remember, for 9 months, your mother has carried you for 9 months in that belly. And she has that patience for you. Today, when we get married, we don't have patience for our husbands, we don't have patience for our wives. Try to have that patience at all times. And inshallah, you will gain with that patience. Sometimes, I know some people go to the supermarket, the wife, the husband sits in the car, and she takes so long. And when she comes back, hoekom het jy so lang gemaak? But he doesn't have the patience. Wees tevrede. Say, Alhamdulillah, I have sabr, because my sabr will come to the qabr when I die one day. So inshallah, I only have to tell Tauriq and Zakiyyah, all the best to you and the family, and Mubarak to them. May you have a happy life until Allah departs you, inshallah. And we also make dua for everybody. Look after your wives, look after your husbands. That is the best remedy which I can give. Shukran. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Shukran so much, Imam Pandi, for the beautiful nasiha. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant Imam and Auntie Washila good health, lots of strength, and many, many more years to be those amazing torches of guidance for us all, inshallah. So one of the jobs of the MC is also to tell the respective families a little bit about the bride and groom. So Tauriq, I'm going to tell you a quick story about Zakiyyah. The story is when she was a little bit smaller, she always used to help her nani, her mama, make samosas. So she would be there making bollies, and that's what she used to call it, and help with the pur and all of these things. And on this particular occasion, she was rewarded with 3 samosas. And I asked Zakiyyah, you have 3 samosas. If you give me 1, how many will you have left? And she told me 3. That's accounting for you. Our next speaker is Farhana Latif, Tauriq's sister, recently married, and I believe one of the best engineers in a family.
Assalamu alaikum. Okay, I'll just do it again, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Farhana, and I am Tauriq, one of Tauriq's sisters. Before I continue, I just wanted to say shukran to everyone for coming out today and celebrating this joyous occasion with us. I'm so glad that I was given the opportunity to give a speech today, because it gave me the opportunity to reminisce on all the great memories I've shared with my brother. You see, Tauriq and I are only 1 year apart, or as he'd like to say, 11 months and 3 weeks. So naturally, we did every single thing together. And I mean, yeah, we played together, but we were also together, always together at the same school, at the same time. And we also shared all our birthday parties together. It's not something you want. Growing up with Tauriq was also very entertaining. I'll always remember his unhealthy obsession with everything Mr. Bean related. So he'd go to school wearing a blazer, his tie, and then carry around his little brown briefcase. And whenever we drive past a Mini, he'd shout, "Mini," as we drove past. It's cute. But it's also a bit traumatizing growing up with Tauriq. I mean, I'll never forget how he used to pull my hair as I hit him with my mom's pots and pans. I know I'm making it sound like a real pain, but this really isn't the case. Being only 1 year apart meant that Tauriq was one of my first friends. And even though he is my younger brother, he displays a lot of older brother characteristics. So Tauriq used to keep my lunch and coffee ready every morning for campus, even though I think this was just because I was making him late. He also taught me how to change the lights on my car. And most importantly, he always made me feel safe and protected. And now Zakiyyah. So I met Zakiyyah back in high school. And back then, we didn't really talk much. It's a bit awkward. But now she won't stop talking to me. She's my coffee buddy, a fellow Tali enthusiast, my very own personal makeup artist, and someone that I've considered to be my sister long before today. She continues to go over and above for all of us. I am so thrilled that she is joining our family. So to the couple, congratulations on your wedding. I wish you all the best and I love you. Shukran, wassalamu alaikum.
Shukran so much, Farhana. That was very, very funny. I'll definitely remember or try to remember most of that. Nadeem, I don't know if you realize this, but Farhana tricked you. She really tricked you. So in the original program for the weekend, Nadeem was supposed to be the spokesperson at the engagement and Farhana at the wedding reception right now. And I'm sure all the men have realized what I'm getting at. The wife always gets the last word in. Next is Radia Mohammed, Zakiyyah's cousin, with our vote of thanks.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Firstly, shukran to the Almighty Allah for bringing us all here today to witness and celebrate the wedding of Zakiyyah and Tauriq Latif. On behalf of the bride and groom, I would like to thank the following people: the Hussein, Latif, and the extended families for making today possible and for all of their love and support. To the Elegante crew for all their hard work in making today possible. To Nishat and Farhana, the sisters of the groom, for the wonderful centerpieces. The Urban Photography and My Photo Corner Weddings Videography for capturing this beautiful day. To Imam Pandi for the beautiful nasiha and for performing the nikah this morning. And also to my mamus, Abdul Hamid Kazi for the salami and Maulana Yasin Sangay for the recitation. A special shout out to all the lovely speakers today. And a special note to the MC, who has forced me to say that he's the best mamo in the world. I did it. A big thank you to everyone who's tuned in right now via the YouTube live stream. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And finally, thank you to every one of the guests for making today such a special day for the happy couple. Shukran for coming, Jazakallah.
Shukran, Radia. After that, I have to say you are one of my favorite nieces. After a lot of research, I uncovered some of Tauriq's habits and hobbies. They include, apart from Mr. Bean, differential equations, approximation theory, optimization, and Nando's. Tauriq also has a weird sense of direction. So when he was busy with his thesis, he had to measure the movement of celestial bodies. And this required him to be on an elevated surface with specific and careful, very intricate instrumentation. And when I heard this, I told him, Tauriq, come to my place. I've got a nice flat roof, clear skies. You can set up there. It's perfectly safe. You can come set up there and take your measurements from there. And Tauriq never pitched. Never pitched. And I found out somehow when he drove from his home, he ended up in Belleville at a house that had a very steeply sloped roof. And I couldn't figure it out. It was a mystery until today. At this point in time, we have our last item on the agenda. I call upon my cousin, Abdul Hamid Kazi, to make a closing dua for us. Bismillah.
Do you mind if I have a seat? الفاتحة الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين رب اغفر لي ولوالدي آمين الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين والجنة للموحدين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا يا مولانا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذريتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما أولئك يجزون الغرفة بما صبروا يلقون فيها تحية وسلاما خالدين فيها حسنت مستقر ومقاما اللهم ألف بينهما ألفة ومحبة وقرارا ولا تجعل بينهما نفرة وفتنة وفرقة وفرارا وبارك عليهم وارزقهما ذرية طيبة صالحة إنك سميع الدعاء صلاة رحمة صلاة بركة صلاة تنجنا بها من جميع الأحوال والعافات وتقضي لنا بها من جميع الحاجات وتطهرنا بها من جميع السيئات وترفعنا بها عندك على الدرجات وتبلغنا بأقصى الغايات من جميع الخيرات في الحياة وبعد الممات إنك على كل شيء قدير كما قال الله تعالى في شأن حبيبه مخبرا وآمرا قولا كريما إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل على سيدنا ونبينا ومولانا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وبارك وسلم يا رسول الله انظر حالنا يا حبيب الله اسمع قالنا إننا في بغر غم مغرق خذ يدي سهل لنا أشكالنا يا رسول الله اللهم لا تحرمنا أجرهم ولا تفتنا بعدهم واغفر لنا ولهم اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا معهم اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم واسكنهم في الجنة اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وادخلهم في الجنة اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وروحهم في الجنة وتجاوز عن سيئاتهم واحشرهم مع النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا ذلك الفضل من الله وكفى بالله عليما يا أيتها النفس المطمئنة ارجعي إلى ربك راضية مرضية فادخلي في عبادي وادخلي جنتي اللهم افتح لنا بالخير واختم لنا بالخير واجعل عواقب أمورنا بالخير بيدك الخير والعافية إنك على كل شيء قدير ألا إن أولياء الله لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون الذين آمنوا وكانوا يتقون بخير دعواهم فيها سبحانك الله
It's into the game and hopefully dessert will be served at that point in time. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of the reception. Jazakallah.